was good. I went to Nigeria was the destination, but I went through Qatar, you know. Qatar
Ah,
is also in the
okay.
Middle East, and a lot of things are going there. I think you saw some of the videos for the airport and the one in town. Did I send you the one I went to town? Yeah.
Not in town, just the airport.
Oh, there's one I went to town. Okay, I will send that one. I have that one.
Okay.
Yeah, I have that one. That was a long one, but it was late anyway. But it was. I will send that one to you. So Qatar it was. When you look at it personally between Qatar and Dubai, I think Dubai was more of excitement, more of you feel a little bit more. It's cheaper too. Things are a little bit cheaper in Dubai. Yeah, yeah. And a lot of things to grab you. Like the gold, they're very big in gold in Dubai, a huge gold market there. So yeah, those are the things I find out. And a lot of individuals are investing in Dubai whereby government and companies are investing more in Qatar, you know.
Mm,
So
yeah.
yes, they're getting towards more corporate. So it's hard for you to see celebrities want to go and live in Qatar, but they rather go and live in Dubai, The vibe, I think I would say the vibe is more like LA vibe versus Boston vibe or New York vibe versus maybe smaller town like Montana, or
Yeah.
even Connecticut or Boston, So
Yeah.
it's more excitement, put it that way. More
Mm-hmm.
excitement, more more Westerners, feel more to do, more excitement. But, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but both of them was good. The tons of investment is going on in Qatar too. But I think I want to focus more on Dubai. I think
Mm-hmm.
there it's more easier to sell as a
Mm-hmm.
tourist destination
Mm-hmm.
and as an investment destination, so you have more of that. But yeah, but it was great. It was great. You saw there was yeah, you saw the what's called that cafe there,
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Yes. And
everybody's yeah.
In Qatar, you have projects that people can buy as well.
No, not in
Oh.
Qatar. Not in Qatar. So I was looking out for that. Like I said, the vibe wasn't the same kind of vibe. You know what I mean?
Mm, yes.
It's not a huge. People go there. A lot of tourists go there. You can see tons of tourists there. You can see tourists go there. But I don't know. People probably just go there and go home as opposed to Dubai. People want to live in Dubai. People want to actually live there.
Mm-hmm.
They want to spend time there, They don't just want to be
Yes.
a tourist there. And you can easily, like I said, when you go to Dubai, you can go to like some African market. You feel like you're in Africa. You go to, if you are Arab, you feel like you're in Arab. If you are British, you go to some area, you feel like you're British. So there's everything for everybody. Everybody is in Dubai.
Amazing.
And they live and work there. 90% of people that live there are not born there. They come from outside Dubai. So
Yeah.
that's the difference. Just that's why I said like New York. If you go to New York now, you find all kinds of people in New York from everywhere in the continent. And when you go to some areas, like the Jews areas, you feel like you're a Jew. You feel at home. You go to some Manhattan, feel like, nice, feel at home, and then you go to somewhere like some black places there, you feel like Harlem. You feel like you are, as a black person, if you go to Harlem, you feel at home. You know, Africans
Mm-hmm.
feel at home there. So you go to Bronx. If you are Spanish, you feel at home in Bronx because there's a lot of Spanish people there and all that. So if you go to some part of Bronx called the Jamaican, you feel like you are Jamaican, the Caribbean, you know? So that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. So Dubai have more. So as an investor, I rather go to Dubai to invest because you're going to get better return because a lot of people are going to be going there. So when you're ready to sell, you can be able to sell higher than what you purchase it for because the market is there. You know, it's
I
growing.
see.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Just like that is why uh, in Canada there are certain areas you find a lot of the Chinese live, you know, and if
Mm-hmm.
a lot of Indians live, you know. So sometimes the prices in those areas are higher because they buy a lot of investment, they buy a lot of properties there. So if you know, you're not gonna go to some areas, it might be nicer areas, but they don't have the population, people are not buying as much, then your real estate value is not going to increase as fast, you know. So that is
Mm-hmm.
why I rather stay in Dubai, whereby people they have tons. They are very friendly to foreigners. You can come there, have all those golden visas we are talking about, you know, whereby you can come there for 10 years. You have a visa, you renew it every 10 years. As long as you have a property there, they just keep on renewing for it. So you can feel at home. You can come in and out of the country anytime. You can qualify for their healthcare, you know, and their education. The children can go to schools there and the banking system. So everything you qualify for is there. Yeah, that was my feel, my take on it. So I saw
Mm-hmm.
myself, I keep on comparing. And when I some of the videos, especially the one I did on the street, you're gonna see that every time I want to say Qatar, I keep on saying Dubai. You know, and the comparison just keep on coming up, just keep on coming up, you know. And yeah, 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 definitely Dubai, Dubai for sure, you know.
Amazing.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
the people from Nigeria were excited to meet these projects of Dubai.
Yeah, Nigeria's been investing in Dubai for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a long time. They've been investing there. They are very familiar with it. They go there for vacation a lot, you know. It's one of the easiest places they can easily go. There was some time, I think I remember like 10 years ago, I landed from the airport in Nigeria from Canada, and somebody was trying to give me to go and spend a week in Dubai. Ticket paid for, hotel paid for, yeah. Just
Crazy.
because while you are there, you're sitting in the presentation for to buy some timeshare, you know. So they are
Yeah.
trying to sell you something, but they will give you ticket and visa just to go there for a week and sit on these meetings and all that. So they've been pushing Dubai for a long time in Nigeria, so they are very familiar with it.
Okay.
Um, but what I also find out is that they're also pushing Egypt now. Egypt, I didn't realize that. Egypt, I need to go there. Egypt is trying to create a new capital city.
Okay.
They already have a capital city, but they're trying to create a new one because maybe it's too congested or something. So they're trying to create a new one. So they are developing a totally brand new city to be a capital. So a lot of people are pumping money in there too. You know, a lot of they are giving good returns. You know, they are pumping money there. So I saw a lot of people there that is like, oh, New Egypt, New Egypt. They're pushing money into New Egypt, and yeah, but yeah, some interest are still there. So we need to get the project out. We're still waiting for the project. That is the thing. We don't really. They're still waiting to come up with the pricing and the date and all that. You know. So we're
Yeah.
still waiting for that. So once we have that, then because they're interested in it, but you don't have anything to sell for them right now, So
Yeah.
because this
Yeah.
pre-construction, right, is the one
Yeah.
that we're pushing for right now. So yeah. Mhm.
Okay. And how is Canada right now in
Okay.
regards to real estate?
Okay. Canada, good news. Um, with in October, the real estate just ticked up a little bit. So it went up a little bit, just a little bit, less than 1% increase from year to year from last year. So which is good. We will take any little step or sign, in the right direction. We will take it. It's as a win, because it's been a rough time last couple of years in Canada. But the interest rate, what happened is that the interest rate have helped in that. They have reduced the interest rate back to back, right? So that really changed the market a little bit. I find out that on the ground, a lot of people that is first-time home buyers, people that is buying their home for the first time, those one are really looking to buy. They don't waste time. When they find something they like at their price target, they're buying it. They realize that yes, the real estate have dropped from year to year. Now it's an opportunity for them to buy. It might even be the only opportunity for them to buy a real estate. So because
Yes.
it's been really, really, I've really appreciated in the last 10 years in Canada. It's crazy. Uh, you can be a professor, you can be a middle class in Canada, cannot be able to afford a home, because the prices have really appreciated. But in the
Yeah.
last couple of years, they have come down a little bit. So people are taking advantage of it. First-time home buyers are taking advantage of it. But investors are still waiting for it to come down more, but it might never happen. But some investors are really, savvy. They have the money. This is the time to even buy more, because
Yeah.
it's really good pricing, and had a client the other day that's been looking to buy, and he saw opportunity. And the builders are giving incentive now, you know. They're giving you 65K, you know, on closing. So that's like cashback. So $65,000, that's a lot of money. You can use that to deploy to finish your basement and making an apartment, and you make income from there. So that is very good. Those are the kind of incentive that is pushing people. And also the HST on new home, the government has wiped it out. For a new home, brand new home, you don't have to pay HST anymore. Before, it was only the federal government, the provincial was still charging their own. But now, the federal and this provincial, no more HST for new home. So that is also giving a boost. So a $750,000 home, when you take out the HST from it, it's now what is you cannot buy for 650. So that is a lot of savings you're getting from there. Plus, some builders, like I said, they are giving you $65,000 rebate. That's amazing. So when you combine that, especially if you're a first home buyer, there's no reason you can't buy a home. In
Mm-hmm.
fact, you can actually, if you're a first-time buyer and you have the good credit and you have the job, you can buy that home, brand new home, for zero down. Because that 65,000, you can turn it around and use it as your down payment. Now you got a home without money, putting money down. So those are things that is very possible now. But of course, you have to have a good credit. You have to have job to service it. So most likely going to be two in the family. Husband and wife working, making money, good money, they can do it. So the markets, there's still opportunity in this market for the right people. Not for everybody, for the right people. You can
Mm-hmm.
still work. Yeah.
And in this case, in this option, the person don't need to put a down payment.
Now, when you buy a pre-construction, there's going to be a deposit structure. Now, talking about that, they have even made that one very easy. What you can do, the initial, let's say you're buying a house for $1 million house. $1 million house, all you have to put down for the first until 2 months before the closing of the house is just $22,000. So you give them, when you sign the contract, you give them like $15,000. Every month, 30 days, you give them 2,500. So you do that one for like 3 times, then it stops
I see.
until you're ready to close. Then they want you to bring the rest, right?
Yeah,
So, yeah. So that way, the way I look at it is this: if you have a credit card, a line of credit, you can just put it on in to do that.
yeah,
On closing, you're gonna pay it off anyway because you're gonna get a cash back from the builder. So if you sitting there at home, no, you have a job, you have your spouse is working, have a good job as well. No down payment because you cannot save because you're spending a lot of money, inflation, whatever, right? And you want a home. You're three in your family, husband and wife and 2 kids. You are staying 2 bedroom. It's getting smaller. And you want a home. You don't even need to even go to that $1 million one. You can buy 700 and still a detached. You can buy 550. It's still a townhouse. So I'm just using that as an example. Then you have a line of credit. Just use that for deposit. On closing, you get your cash back. You pay off the line of credit. You see?
with the cashback.
So yeah, and what you're gonna if you buy a townhouse right now, what your mortgage is gonna be like, it's gonna be probably equal to what you are paying rent right now. Because rates have come down quite a bit, you know. And
Yeah,
also we have a program for the bank, one or two banks have a program for the military. If you're in the military, you also save on interest rate. They give you discount because you are in the military. So that also help too, you know. So there are different things you can do to make that happen. Now,
mm-hmm.
inflation, talking about state of economy, inflation have come down in October too. So which is also a good sign, you know,
Yeah,
that the economy, it's not in a panic mood anymore. It have settled down a little bit. The inflation have come down to 2.2% in October. And gas price have come down like 9.9% from a year ago. So that is good. Grocery is still high a little bit, but not as bad as it was before, but it's still high. And yeah, so grocery is still up there. Gas are falling, other stuff are also falling. If um, if Donald Trump wasn't around or didn't give us this tariff, the world tariff,
yeah,
we could have been way much better right now because everything fundamentally is still going well in Canada. They are
yeah,
weathering it a little bit better than we expected. You know, so today actually the budget we're gonna see if it's gonna pass. The Prime Minister proposed a budget, that is gonna invest in the future. Yeah. Now we're gonna build our own space rocket launching thing. Everything we used to partner with the US, right? Because we're so close, we didn't want to do our thing, we just partner with US, partner with US. Now, what have happened in the last 1 year or so, have told us that we need to do our own thing. So we're gonna be launching our own space rockets from Canada. We invest in it. We're gonna be doing the building a lot of the light train, the train to transport the pipeline. So they haven't done yet, they haven't proposed it yet, but we are looking that is going to happen because we have a lot of oil in Canada, right? Our
Yeah.
oil is in Alberta and it's huge. Now we have a pipeline to move it to the US, but we don't have a pipeline in between Canada and Europe. So if we can develop that, even
Yeah.
though, do you know if we can trade within ourselves, within Canada, different province, if they can trade within themselves with ease, US tariff won't have anything, won't have any dent on us because the money we're gonna save by trading it ourselves is more than what we're losing in the US tariff there.
Yes.
But the problem is that it's easier to trade with the US than to trade with ourselves in Canada. Like what I just said, like the pipeline. We have a pipeline to the US, but we don't have a pipeline to Montreal,
Inside.
to Quebec,
Inside.
to Toronto. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
so we have restrictions selling goods that is manufactured in Ontario to Quebec, more restriction than to sell it to US. You see what I mean? We
Yeah.
supply we supply oil, home electricity to 5 American states in the northern east states. We can, but we don't supply to other provinces. Quebec has hydroelectricity that is supplying to the US, but it's not supplying to Ontario. See, so our problem is ourselves in Canada. If we can have that confidence, have the right leader, I think this leader is doing the right thing, is the right leader for the moment. I think God bless us with him right now.
Yeah.
So it's from the business, Canning, Prime Minister
Yeah.
Canning, McCanning. So it's from the business world. So he can really do well. If they allow him to govern as a prime minister and let him do no politics and let him do what he's supposed to do, Canada in no time will be out of this mess. You
Yeah.
know, things will be way better, way better. He believes in investment, investing. So inflation down, real estate markets, buyers started getting up. Rental, rental is doing very well now too. Everything we have put on the market for rental has been gone. Yeah, rentals within a week or two, people are renting again. It slowed down a little bit last year, but Orawa has been really good for rental. I've never really, even last year when it was bad everywhere, Orawa wasn't too bad either. People were still renting. So Orawa is the place to be. It's the place to invest in. If you're an investor, come and invest in Orawa because you're always going to get your tenant to rent your place. Because the reason for that is that Ottawa is a government city. It's the capital of Canada, right? So a lot of governments are here. Government are the last people that fire people, right? You have job security with governments. So that is why that too. Plus, we also have an IT in Ottawa, second largest in Canada. IT is here. So, and universities are here. We have few universities here too, good universities. So, yeah, all those things make Ottawa kind of stable to economic pull and push. So, condo is still bad in Toronto. That is really dragging Toronto prices. Toronto is still very rough there in Toronto because the condo market, you know, is still like down. Sales are down 70% in the condo market in Toronto. So yeah, yeah, yeah. So that we're a little bit insulated here in Ottawa. Yeah.
Amazing. Great. So Canada is a good place to invest right now because it's going to be bigger than what it already is, right?
Yeah, Canada is a place to invest right now because they are investing in their future. The government we have right now, Kanye, is pumping money. It's spending a lot of money, but it's an investment. We are building now. What they're trying to do now is this. Now this is going to be sector specific, right? The rare earth. We have a lot of tons of rare earth here in Ottawa. We have natural resources. It's in abundance in Ottawa. What we were doing before, now we just ship it to US to refine. Most of it. Sometimes we ship to other people, but most of it ship to US to refine. So at a very good discount because they were like our brothers, right? And sisters. So, but now we are not benefiting from the finished products. We, we send it to US, US will refine it, then they will send us finished product, like even the oil we were talking about. We send it to US, they refine it, they send us gasoline. We pay a lot of price for that gasoline, right? Because you have to come back again. Cost, transportation. So what Canada is doing right now, all our natural resources, they want to start making it finished product here, process it, refine it here in Canada. So what they're going to create is going to create more jobs here. Jobs because we are now hiring more people to work in this industry here. Instead of just ship it to them, they're going giving them jobs. That's what we are doing. They didn't appreciate it. You know, now they're gonna feel it a little bit. Do you know kind of Americans are now crying? Businesses, companies, they say, "Oh, Canada, come back." Real estate, we invest billions of dollars in Florida, Arizona, real estate, New York, Boston. You know, a lot of Canadians are selling their real estate in the US. Yeah, they're pissed. They're not happy. They feel like Trump really, they took it personal, right? Because
Uh-huh.
it's like your sister, somebody you call your sister, let's say your best friend. You live next to each other, you call your sister everywhere. Anytime you want to go fight somebody, they follow you to go and fight somebody.
Yeah.
You know? They get your back and everything. You do everything together. You train together. Your military is embedded with them. You train
Yeah.
together. You wear each other uniforms, right?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, one day, somebody just came home, says it's your daddy, and he said, "Oh, that your best friend there, no more. They have to pay to come here to send their stuff." He said, "Whoa, they have to now pay to do their laundry here? But it used to be free before. Or rather, yeah, he was supplying you the soap, he was supplying you the thing to make this thing for a good price so that he can come and do his laundry. No, 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 you have to do that." That's what it is. So they took it personal. They cut back on spending in the US. Tourism have dropped 30-40%. A Canadian going to the US. Real estate, they're not buying anymore. The ones that own real estate, they are selling it. Especially in
Mm.
Florida, Arizona. They're not going to Mexico. You know,
Mm. Mm-hmm.
they're not spending more money at home too. You know, the Airbnb, we saw a tick in Airbnb. Canadians staying within Canada now. You know, they don't want to go there anymore. You know, yeah,
Yeah.
Americans are not coming as much either, but just a few percentage. But
Yeah.
more Canadians don't want to go there. But some Americans are still coming, you know, because
Yeah.
it's still cheaper for them. Their
Yeah.
currency is cheaper for them to do, you know. So that is where I was anybody, even for we want to migrate right now, Canada should be a place to come right now because especially if you are in IT, they're investing in that too. We have IT, we have a robust IT. They're still pumping money on it. The space thing I was talking about is launching of space and all. They're going to start launching space there. The rare earth, they're going to start processing those things. Oil, they want to start moving in between the province. They are already taking out some regulations in trading with companies. Now, if you are a trade person, let's say you are a plumber, or electrician in one province, your trade, your electricity, your license is good now with all the other provinces. Before it wasn't like that. If you are here, before you go there, you have to go get a different license, different license. But now they
Mm-hmm.
want to standardize the whole license. Even real estate, I cannot even sell real estate in next province because I'm in Ontario license, you know. You know, I don't know if they're gonna deal with that one too, but they're gonna most of the things they're gonna harmonize it so that you can move from one province to the other without restriction, you know. At the
Mm-hmm.
end of the day, it's gonna be good for Canada, honestly speaking, you know.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
amazing. I'm looking forward to see the years ahead
Yeah,
on
yeah,
Canada uh, gaining the fruits of now.
yes, yeah. Canada is we've been a slumber for too long. We
Yeah.
Canada was just for many years they just felt that it's easier to just do business with US than to trade because they're so close. And do you know right now 70% of our exports go to US. 70% of our import comes from US.
That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. That is unheard of. Nobody ever heard of that before. That is, you are right. That is crazy, crazy. You can't do that. But this is even better. During John Chrétien, there's another prime minister, John Chrétien. I think the number was 95%.
Oh,
Yeah. During the Iraq War, again, the crisis, I think when we have crisis, it get Canada up. The reason we changed it, we decided going to India and China at that time was that during the Iraq War, the the president of the US wanted us to go to Iraq to force the Iraq War to fight. Canada said no. So it closed our border and it caused economic crisis for like they closed it for like a couple of days, but we realized that these people can shut our life out if they want
yeah.
anytime. So that prime
Anytime.
minister started going to they went to China, India to open up. So that is why we are even down to 70, which is still very high. But right now, I tell you, 5 to 10 years from now, it's probably going to go down to 45 because the investment we are doing now, Canadians have woken up. They're like, no. Even if the Donald Trump is gone tomorrow, we don't want to. This crazy is high. We need to develop our stuff. We need to have our own thing, and and we have the brain. The funny thing is that a lot of the technology, a lot of things that was developed, comes from Canada, but we sell it to US. They right. They go and make a business out of it. So
Yeah.
the technology come out of Canada, then we sell it to US. You know, the person that come out with the inventor become a multi-millionaire and billionaire is happy, sell it to US. US now make a market out of it. You know, so a lot of stuff. Even yeah, a lot of stuff. Basketball, you know, a lot of stuff we invented here that end up being there. But that is going to change. So I'm very optimistic for Canada. You know, it's going to be way better. So yeah, now uh, refinancing. A lot of people their mortgage is coming up for refinancing right now, and this is time to do it. You know, you can do variables. I still recommend variables. You know, for the market right now because we're still hoping the rates keep on falling, so you can take advantage of that. You know, so things that you have to get yourself prepared before you can approach a bank or when your mortgage is coming for renewal. Make sure you don't change job in between. If you know your mortgage is coming up for renewal the next 1 year, don't think about changing a job. It doesn't make worth it for you, you know, unless you're gonna make a lot more, a lot more. Let's say you were making 100,000 before, If you're going to be making like 150, 200, then you can change, no problem. You can't let that opportunity go by, right? But if you're just going for 10,000 increase, it doesn't worth it. 20,000 increase doesn't worth it because you're not going to have the job stability, to have it. And also watch your credit. Don't apply for anything. If you know your mortgage is coming up for renewal, don't go and start applying for cell phone or some other credit cards that they're going to pull your hard credit. If they pull your credit, the hard pull is going to affect you. Then might affect your renewal or refinancing, especially because they check your credit and your rates that you're going to get is based on your credit. If 5 people apply for mortgage, they're all going to have different rate if their credit score is different. So it's very important to think about that too. Don't take on loan. You know, don't change jobs. Don't go buy a new car. All of a sudden you have a liability there. So just stay and maintain it and cut your ratios down. You know, uh, let's say you have a credit card limit of 20,000. Don't spend more than 10,000 at any given time. Leave it at 50% loan to value. You know, of utilization, 50% utilization. That would be really helpful for you to along that line. So those are the three things you should very critical should keep in mind and shop around. you know. So if your bank is offering you something, see what is going with your other lender if you can get something better. All these banks are different. They offer different rates. They are good at different, you know, kind of customers. Some of the
Yeah.
clients, some of the banks, they like self-employed. Some banks don't like self-employed. Some banks like doctors, professionals. Some of them, so they have different programs for different everybody. So it's good to utilize a mortgage specialist, a mortgage broker or agent. They can shop around for you. They can look around and see which bank is offering what to everybody.
Amazing.
Yeah. So that one, that is that. And there's also this thing. I think I talked about this before. These what do you call them? Reverse mortgage. Reverse mortgage. Those are for 55 years or older. You can actually get a mortgage and you don't have to make a payment. Payment is optional for the rest of your life. But when the person dies, the estate will now have to pay off that mortgage from the house. Either they sell the house, they pay it off, or they go and get a mortgage on it and they pay it off. So these are really good for people that have tons of equity. They retired or ready to retire, or they want to help their kids to buy a home,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
right now it's very hard to save. Let's say they want to help their son or their grandchildren to buy a home. They can put, and they don't have a mortgage on their house, they can put this reverse mortgage on it, you know,
Yeah. It's a
and
great
take the money.
strategy.
Yeah, and they don't have to pay, like I said, they don't have to pay monthly payment. If they want to pay monthly payment, it's up to them. They can do that. The option is there, but they don't have to. So that is really, really good for older folks. Now we have
Yeah.
something for older folks. So if you and you have to have a good, decent credit, not excellent credit, but decent credit is good. And reverse mortgage is getting very, very popular. A lot of people are taking it because they don't want to think about the burden of making payments, and they're like, okay, let me spend my money, go on vacation, do pay their grandchildren's tuition, or give them money to buy a home. So it's a good way to also give inheritance out too.
Yeah.
Yeah. With then you don't have to pay huge inheritance tax when the person passed away. So that is a good and that mortgage reverse mortgage is getting very, very popular in Canada. I remember 10, 15 years ago, it just started coming out. But now they have refined it, they have make it easy to qualify, and a lot of people are more open to it. The interest rate have dropped there too. So it's pretty good. Yeah. Right.
Great, amazing. This is another investment strategy.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Great.
Definitely.
We've done a 1 hour live right
Already?
now.
No way.
Yes.
No way. Wow. That
Super
seems like
fast.
it was so yes, it just started. But
Yes.
we kind of feel you're probably right. We kind of touched on every quite a bit. We touched on inflation rates. We talked about the state of economy. Real estate
Yes.
is picking up. First time home buyers. So we talk about the how much export going and out of Canada. We talk a lot. We talked a lot of the politics
We
there.
yes. Yes.
So Donald Trump and all that. So
Yeah.
yeah, and the reverse mortgage and yeah. So we're coming to the end of the year. This is the time if people want to invest in pre-construction. This is time to do it. End of the year, a lot of these builders are giving incentive, low deposit structure. Some of them will even finish your basement for you for free. So that is huge. That's a lot of money. You can save thousands, 40, 50,000 just doing basement. Depends on how big the basement is. So it's a real good bargain out there. The price is all time low. So if you have money, or if you don't have a lot of money, reach out to me. I can be able to, uh, show you how to make this happen, and be able to move into your home, your dream home, sooner. And some of the prices you are seeing out there is really ridiculous. They are pretty good. So there's no reason not to buy, you know. It's it's a great time to buy, especially if you are buying your first home, time to buy. And if you are a savvy investor and you have some money saved, deploy it. Don't leave it at the bank. You're getting nothing at the bank. You're getting like 1%, 2%. It's not getting, you can't even get inflation numbers there. So right now, bring your money, bring it to real estate, bring it to Canada. And if you want to do refinancing, you want a mortgage, also reach out. I can also, there's going to be a link there in the description. So reach out. I can also help you with that, get you the right rates. Okay.
Great. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you,
So I
Mr.
think I'm done
Vincent.
for today. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It was amazing to know all
Yeah.
these new strategies for the end of the year.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
let's share with the community.
Yes. Thank you very much. And nice to
Thank
see you
you.
again.
Nice
That's
to
your new
see you
haircut.
too. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. For the summer.
Nice
You're
to
ready
see
for the
you.
summer. Yeah.
Thank you.
Merci
Let's keep
beaucoup.
connecting. Let's
Yeah.
keep connected and
Yeah.
do great things.
Yeah.
See you
Thank
soon.
you. Yeah.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Yeah. Mm.